And we're talking whether it's holiday or smoothies or just keeping company happy. This has been one of our most popular crowd-pleasing gift ideas in the holiday season. It is from Improvements. It is here exclusively here at HSN. It's a feature price of $129.95. 5 flex pays, because it's a Black Friday Jumpstart weekend. That means everything is on 5 or more flex pays, and you can shop early for your today's specials as well. All you do is you pick your color of choice. We've got this great stainless, the copper, the black, which is kind of like a hematite color, or the red. And we are talking about making ice on demand in minutes instead of hours, and it never tastes like an onion. But she smells so sweet. The one and only Rebecca
I thought you were gonna say,
Wood.
but she smells like an onion.
No, see, I pulled it out.
She did.
I pulled it out. Rebecca Wood is
Hi.
back, and every time you have this, Rebecca, I think people watch the presentation and then they call back later, and once people get it at home, they go, doggone it, why didn't I get this sooner, right?
That's why you read the reviews, and that's what they always say, oh my gosh, what did I do before?
It's a crowd pleaser.
Yes, it's a crowd pleaser.
But let's just talk about why it's a crowd pleaser. So people are watching, they're saying, I got that ice machine, you know, I've got the little cube thing, I'm gonna make my husband go out to the gas station and get the ice. It never smells or tastes like an onion or a bag of frozen peas. How fast and how good is this ice?
7 minutes, you're gonna get a full tray of ice every 7 minutes. In fact, in those 7 minutes, if you stretch that out over a 24-hour period, you can get up to 26 pounds of ice. So whether it's your Thanksgiving feast and the entire Thanksgiving weekend, or those days at the ball field, if you're tailgating, RVing, boating, you can take this wherever you need ice, because all you need is a plug-in. That's it.
That's it.
Just a plug-in. So you don't need a drain or a water line. I'm gonna show you just how easy it is. You can see that we have the little tray here. I'm gonna take this out, and this is where you're gonna pour the water. This is the water reservoir. It's gonna hold about a gallon of water. That's a lot of water. That means
any water.
Any water you like. I know you love your fancy water.
I know, because I'd make my fancy Evian water.
She loves, and I'm like, hey, let me just get it right out of the tap.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Whatever water you like, it's gonna work perfectly. Now you saw that I just put the tray back in there, and all I have to do is push on. That's it.
Nice.
If you want selections, we have the S for the small ice or the L for the large ice cube. And the small ice is really gonna be great if you're maybe making pina coladas, if you wanna really grind it down to that smooth consistency. But if you are gonna be using it for your parties, for those mixed drinks, you're gonna love the large ice. You really, really will. It melts so much slower.
It does, and I will say, this is also a very streamlined version. It's about the size of a bread maker, you know, give or take. But it's what this does, how quickly it does, and how great that ice is. And in fact, I was thinking of you last night, Rebecca. I need to get this, even because whether it's shrimp cocktail or your smoothies, I made my lovely friend Muriel, you know, Andrew and Muriel, I made her asparagus soup. And you have to blanch the asparagus after you make it. And it was so funny. I had some smelly ice in my refrigerator, and I had some not so smelly ice. I used the expensive ice to blanch the vegetables because I didn't want them to
just transfer over.
I didn't want them to transfer over. So until you get this at home, you don't really realize what a big difference the quality and certainly the quantity of the ice can make. When I say it's a party waiting to happen, you better believe it. Oh, that's right. It's like the travel mug size.
It is. These are the bullet ice cubes that will even fit this. So that's what we're saying is you're able to fit this inside, so you can actually fill the water every single day instead of trying to make it fit in.
Right.
You can see that it fits right in there just like that.
That's smart.
And so you know, you were just saying you used it to blanch
vegetables.
Vegetables. I'm going to use it for my water. You're going to use this for the party. So many people think, oh, maybe I just use that for my get-togethers. No. You're going to use this every single day. In fact, if you've never heard of Improvements, what I like to say about Improvements is we like to improve upon problems that we have. So the ice maker is improving upon that problem we've all had where you hear, honey, I'm out of ice, and you gotta go, somebody has to leave, go get the ice. But we also like to improve upon our own products. So this is the very latest. We've got the stainless steel casing throughout, smallest footprint that we have. It's only about 18.5 pounds. So guess what? I'm going to a friend's house for Thanksgiving. I can take the ice burden off her shoulders. And you can see it's gonna fit right under the cupboard. So you can take, it looks like a little bobble, these little colors.
It does. These are the final quantities for the holiday season. And when you compare it to how you're making ice, The ice really does make a difference, whether it's for a fine spirit or beverage that you're serving, soups, stews, smoothies, blanching vegetables, shrimp cocktail, and everything in between. So the difference in timing, again, is what, how many hours?
This is big, because people are still using these, especially if you have that RV, the boat, maybe the condo that you're gonna be going to. If you're using these, this is 14 ice cubes. It's gonna take you 6 hours. 6 hours for 14 ice cubes. If you do have your refrigerator ice maker, you're probably thinking, oh, but that makes it really quickly. One tray of refrigerator ice takes 3.5 hours. 3.5, 6, 3.5, or 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
7 minutes, you're gonna get a full tray of ice. And remember, you can decide between the large or the small ice cube. Here's what I wanna show you too, is we've got really cool ice technology, and that pun is intended. You can see here that both of them, this is gonna be the large, that's the small, they both have this little indentation. That's how it was made. They're little stainless steel pistons inside that flash freeze it. So that's why it tastes so good. Less impurities are trapped inside, and it's being made in one self-contained unit. But we also have it being one big ice cube. So this is gonna give you more surface of the ice with that indentation, cooling down your drink faster, but because it's still one big ice cube, it's going to melt slowly.
Right, and that piston technology is similar to what they use in restaurants,
It is, it's exactly the same as what they use in restaurants.
It's like a restaurant grade machine that just happens to be in a countertop version. And once more, a gallon of whatever water, right? You just pour it in there.
Whatever water, you don't need a water line, you don't need a drain, you simply need a plug-in, and you can get the adapters for your car. So I was making them in the back of my Ford, yes. And you can see, you can hear it. It's very whisper quiet. The only time you're gonna hear anything is when it's dropping into the tray. And then what's gonna happen is what I love, it takes it into that main tray, and then it's gonna dump it into this reservoir tray, which you're gonna take out once it's full, because it's an ice maker. That's what it's intended to do.
Not an ice keeper.
Not an ice keeper. Now watch this though. That's gonna go right back, hear that? To making the next tray of ice, meaning you can go and enjoy a party. It even comes with a scoop, leave this out. People can dish it up themselves and use it right from the ice maker if they want to.
It is so smart, and it's a customer, people love it. And instead of, when you have that party, when you have that tailgating, when you have that event, instead of saying, I'm bringing the wine, say I'm gonna bring the ice. And they're gonna wanna kiss your whole face. And then people are so fascinated by this. Because you can just take it with you, and then you dump that water in, no water line, no plug, no filters or crazy stuff. They're gonna be watching it like, that is so cool.
And with that peekaboo window, they can see it.
Where did you get that? People are gonna lose their minds. So choose your color of choice. We've got that nice brushed stainless, the copper, the black is kind of a hematite color, and then the red, the copper and the red are the most limited. We're in a few hundred of those. This is everybody's favorite demonstration.
I love this. I think all the hosts love it too, because they get to drink it and eat it, right? So what I'm trying to show you is how creamy this ice is gonna be, because it's flash frozen, made with less impurities trapped inside. You're only tasting whatever you're adding. So you can see I'm not even gonna add any kind of dairy. I'm adding the ice, some of my favorite frozen fruit. I know you love this too.
I do too.
And then some juice. And wait till you see it. It literally looks like the ice, like ice cream. It looks like maybe yogurt or some kind of dairy was added. But you can see there's none of that.
No dairy.
Now, so in the morning, you're gonna turn it on. If I wanted to add protein powder, I could do that.
Okay.
So 7 minutes, and let's see.
And even when Rebecca is blending it, it does.
10 seconds? 7 minutes and 10 seconds?
It looks creamy even when you do that.
Yes,
I mean, it really
that.
does. I mean, before you even taste it.
And I've got my glass right here, and wait till you see this. You are not, and the wait till you taste it too.
Yeah.
I have my favorite story is we have Amanda in culinary here, and when she was pregnant, we would have to keep all of this ice for her because this ice from this machine was her only craving.
Isn't that funny?
And it was, she had to chew it, she loved it, but look at that.
Isn't that
And you
wild?
can have that fresh every single morning because it's only gonna take 7 minutes to make a full batch of ice. I'm gonna let you taste it while I also show them some other ideas because you're gonna love this for the parties. I mean, we all know that.
You know what's so great? I actually need the spoon.
You got it.
Because it's so creamy. I mean, it almost, looks like a soft serve ice cream.
It really does. It looks like you added some yogurt or some cream and you didn't. So it's a healthier version. You're gonna drink more water, I promise you, because the ice tastes delicious.
That is good.
Here's my favorite way to use it is you're picky about your
my ice.
your water. I'm
True.
picky about my coffee. I wanna taste my good coffee that I made, not whatever I had left over for dinner the night before. So right away, I can have the best tasting iced coffee you've ever had.
And you will. And you know, it really encourages you to drink more water too, because if you've ever been turned off by kind of that little off-putting taste on that ice, you know, ice does absorb flavor. And this is fast, it's convenient, it's everyday gourmet, it's portable, and it's wildly affordable. It's a special sale price in honor of the holidays. We really only do this seasonally, so have ice will travel. Instead of saying, I'll bring the snacks or I'll bring the fruit and cheese tray, I'll bring the ice.
And they're gonna love you for it.
They will.
Right?
Hey, Rebecca, a couple quick things that people always ask though. I know there's no drain line. What do you do? So you just plug it in, there's no filters. If there is
Nothing
water
needed.
left in it.
That's it. Their only maintenance you're gonna have at all is if you have a party and there happens to be some water left over, there's a little plug. I'm gonna try to put this up so you can see it. It's right here. And you're gonna pull the plug over a sink, over the ground, if you're maybe at the ball field or the beach, and let it drain out. That's it. No filters to worry about. The other thing you're gonna notice that you're gonna save money on is your refrigerator filter, because you're making less ice, so you're gonna save money that way. One thing I really wanna show, because I love showing this little unit right here, 18.5 pounds. This little guy here is going to make 26 pounds of ice. So that one right there is gonna make all of this ice.
That's a
so
lot
you're never
of
gonna
ice.
have to send somebody away from the party.